I'm John Champion, and sitting alongside me up here in our lofty perch in the commentary box is Jim Beglin. The lineups for today. Off we go then. Surely a goal. Drives it in. Oh, well saved.
And that's a really instinctive stop too. Great reflexes to make it happen. I thought he showed class there.
Keeper coming in and making the catch. A timely intervention. And Park Chu-young. It's opened up nicely for him. Break is on. Here's Morata. Alexander Merkel. He couldn't get it cleanly, and it's a foul. He plays it through. Keeper gets a hand on it. That's an admirable save.
Well, the last line of defence came to the rescue when the lines in front weren't looking too clever. Good stop.
Now Morata. And that was on target.
He just didn't get any power behind that one, and it didn't even threaten at all.
Here's Park Chu-young. He goes looking for his teammate. He tried going it alone, but without success.
I suppose you have to acknowledge some decent defending, but the keeper should have been tested.
And that's come to nothing. Sergio Ramos is all over him. Pedera.
That's just great taste to get back in position from Bale.
Bale whacks it. That is way off.
He knows very well he can score from that distance. Not quite this time.
Real Madrid have got possession back. Kedira. Oh, lovely feet. And he's got quite a shot on him. Slickly done that. Oh, it's been kept in.
Oh, this has proven to be a really bright start, but they can improve on their work in and around the opposition's box if they want to turn it into something more beneficial. That's really good instinct for the game, very good positionally and wonderful covering from Bale.
Takes a shot. Morata has been caught there, definitely a foul. Will he go direct here?
Yeah, I think because this fella can come up with something a little bit different, I think the goalkeeper is going to be kept guessing.
And it's off the post!
He's not sure what's coming his way.
No, that's not going anywhere. The forward push gains momentum. Pumps it upfield. Pepe knocks it forward. Alexander Merkel. Nacho Fernandez. Alexander Merkel. Nacho Fernandez. Here's Park Ju-young. A crucial intervention there. Long ball forward. Pumps it upfield. Rafael Varane is there to intercept. Tried to play it through.
Well, I thought he was onside, but the decision is for the referee's assistant.
And that's gone straight to the keeper. It's a throw-in. Fabio Coentrao has a hold of him. No way through there. Real Madrid have possession again. Quarter of an hour played, looking to receive the ball, break could be on. Modric, moving forwards, thumps it long, and Park Ju-young. Play surges forward, a chance to counter-attack here. Suddenly the defence is on the back foot. Opportunity maybe for a shot here. He gets his shot away. Just off target.
Well, when it becomes that speculative, I think it requires something from the very top drawer, and he had to think a little bit more about that. In the end, he's just opted for raw power.
Rafael Varane. Quickly closed down.
I think think they're building the play really nicely. If they can just find the right through ball, they could be in on goal.
Now a chance for Morata. You have to admire that control. Could it be a chance? Here's Park Chu-young. That's not going to make it through. Long ball forward. Modric. Alexander Merkel. Khedira going forward. The forward push gains momentum. And that's been intercepted. Now Merkel. Slides it through. Can he put it away? Now maybe. Shooting opportunity. Well within his range. Pepe plays it long. Where's he going to go? It's through. Break is on. Now through to Morata. The ball crossed the line. Here's Park Chu-young. Gets the ball in a nice position. Oh, that's a neat escape. He's got possession now, maybe a chance. There's Morata, a chance to counter-attack here. No, that wasn't the best of passes. And Park Chu-young. Morata. He moves in swiftly. He tried going it alone, but without success. Here's Park Chu-young. Rafael Varane. He'll take it on from here. Rafael Varane has been fouled. And they escape imminent danger. Neatly played.
Morata can't hurt you with his back to goal, and I think if they can keep him facing in that direction, then the only thing he can do really is to just lay the ball off, and he's not really going to cause much trouble if he continues doing that. So I think they're defending him very, very well.
Sergio Ramos knocks it forward. Play surges forward. Here's Morata. Oh, that's delightful. Hits the ball. Nearly, but in football terms, nearly is nowhere.
Oh, listen, I think you can understand at times that the pace of the game pressures players into split-second decisions, and sometimes they just make the wrong one, and I think he would have been better placing that.
Slickly done that. Modric is all over him. He's been dispossessed. Now maybe, shooting opportunity. He misses, only narrowly though. Long ball forward, here's Park Chu-young. Modric. On his own. Surely a goal. Park Chu-young. Morata. He's going on his own. Skillfully hit. A cross coming in. Oh, it's been given away. He moves in swiftly. Pumps it upfield. Sergio Ramos. Morata. He goes alone. Hits it. A fine reaction save. And he's made another save.
Yeah, while he won't be happy with some of the defending in front of him, he can hold his head high. That was a fantastic stop.
Fabio Coentrao is looking to drive one in. And the goalkeeper well placed to take the cross. Looking to play on the break. Pedera. Pumps it upfield. And he's given away a free kick. It's a threatening through ball. Oh, well defended. And suddenly the defence is on the back foot. Easy pickings, really. An opportunity for Real Madrid. Poor ball that's intercepted. Alexander Merkel. Nacho Fernandez. Here's Park Chu-young.
Yeah, the defence had him exactly where they wanted him there. Didn't even give him the space or the room to turn. And I think if they can keep him facing the other way, then his threat becomes a much lesser issue.
Looking for some support. Pumps it upfield. Break is on.
Oh, wonderful. For me, it's one of the best sights on a football pitch, seeing this kind of direct running at defenders.
This could be an opportunity. And a ball in. Bale. Pumps it upfield. Park Chu-young, well positioned to lead a breakaway. Alexander Merkel. There's Morata. And that's been intercepted. Rafael Varane has it back now. Alexander Merkel. Here's Park Chu-young. He ran into trouble and the free kick's been given.
Well, it's a little further out than he'd like, so he might just consider his options with this free kick.
That had some swerve on it. No, possession lost. Shoots, hits the bar. A fine stop by the keeper.
And that wasn't exactly a routine save. He still had an awful lot to do to keep that out. Superb.
Strikes it. Chance here. Nacho Fernandez plays it long. That wasn't the best of passes, really. Khedira. Alexander Merkel was fouled and he gets his free kick. Khedira. Intercepted. And Park Chu-young. Khedira has it back now. He did well to get it. What next? Alexander Merkel. Alexander Merkel. Alexander Merkel is fouled. They will be desperate to keep them out here. The ball going in front. Khedira. Here's Morata. Here's Park Chu-young. We are entering stoppage time. He goes alone. Here's Morata. There will be 1 extra minute. And Park Chu-young. Chance to counter-attack here. Park Chu-young tries it from long range. Another one from range that's not finding the target.
I just think these efforts from distance are a sign of frustration.
And there is the referee's whistle to end the first half.
Yeah, no goal so far, but it's certainly not through lack of effort. They've had quite a few opportunities so far, but their shooting, not good enough.
So the second half kicks off. Modric. And he tries from long distance. Alexander Merkel. He wants to get a cross in from here. Well read by Pepe. Morata. Alexander Merkel. Looking to receive the ball, break could be on. And that won't be making it through. Real Madrid have got possession back. Here's Morata. Alexander Merkel. Ball stolen. A long ball forward. Park Chu-young's got it. Looking to carve open the defence. Modric with a great example of how to cover. Now a chance for Morata. Now Morata. It's an opportunity.
Well, as long as they press quickly in midfield, the defence can take a chance on keeping a high line, but without pressure on the ball, it's a dangerous tactic.
No, that wasn't the best of passes. Khedira, and he hits it! They hit it long now. Now Morata. A rasping drive! No way through there. Modric. Khedira. A foul, a fairly easy decision for the referee. Fabio Coentrao is in position to intercept. Quickly closed down. Bale. Easy pickings, really. Here's Park Chu-young. Alexander Merkel. Now a chance for a cross from the flank. Oh, that's delightful. Here comes the cross. Bale. Play surges forward. Pumps it upfield. Long ball forward, a timely intervention.
It's lovely to look at, and if they just step up the pace a bit, they could carve out that opening.
Hits it long.
Yeah, the defence had him exactly where they wanted him there. Didn't even give him the space or the room to turn. And I think if they can keep him facing the other way, then his threat becomes a much lesser issue.
And they've tried from distance again.
Well, I'm not quite sure whether these longer range attempts are a tactic trying to test the goalkeeper or whether they haven't got enough craft in their game to play their way through, but it's not working. They need a fresh idea.
Nacho Fernandez cuts out what was really a sloppy pass. Alexander Merkel.
They need to be a bit more careful with their passing in this position.
Alexander Merkel. Real Madrid have possession again. And he'll get the shot away here. He's unlucky not to score there.
Well, for me, he had a very decent crack at it, but it has to be said that the odds on those from distance were never really that good, and you'd always favour the keeper in that instance.
Bale exhibiting his defensive capabilities. We know all about him as an attacker, but there are two sides to his game.
Well, they say that your front lads should be that first line of stopping the opposition, and I think he's taken it to another level with his desire to get back and help everyone out.
And that won't be making it through. Alexander Merkel plays it over to the other side. Fabio Coentrao, he moves in swiftly. He did well to get it. What next? Bale plays it long. Ball stolen. Park Chu-young looking to play on the break. Fabio Coentrao takes advantage of a poor pass. Pedera. He's got possession now, maybe a chance. Gets the ball in a nice position. Driven in, off the bar. Oh, so close.
That's such a pity. It looked like that was a goal all the way, just a couple of inches too high.
Thumps it long. Here's Morata.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
He tried going it alone, but without success. Modric. Now through to Morata. Park Chu-young, well positioned to lead a breakaway. They weren't quite reading from the same script there. Morata. He's going on his own. He couldn't get it cleanly, and it's a foul. Park Chu-young's got it. Well within his range.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Well taken goal, and the game finally comes to life in the second half. There's the benefit of pinpoint accuracy. They now lead by 1 goal.
Yeah, now that the deadlock has been broken, I think the manager has to look at his bench to try and initiate some sort of a reply. But has he got a game changer? He has to try something from here.
Going forward. Park Chu-young's got it. He got back very well there. It was good defending.
You have to admire commitment like that, because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chasing, but instead he looks as if he relishes the chance to dig in for his team here.
He shoots there. That was really close.
Well, when it becomes that speculative, I think it requires something from the very top drawer, and he had to think a little bit more about that. In the end, he's just opted for raw power.
Fabio Coentrao knocks it forward. Opportunity for a goal. Oh, and he scored! Almost unbelievably! And how critical might that be for Real Madrid? So we resume with the scores back level.
Well, that's got them back in it, but it'll be very interesting to see what way they approach it now. Do they settle for that or push for more?
Morata, who a few moments ago made his mark on this game. Slickly done that. And that's been intercepted. Restarts with a throw-in.
Well, they're controlling the game really well now, but they're just not able to find that incisive pass.
Alexander Merkel. It is good to see a forward tracking back and defending like that from time to time.
I think it's great to see that kind of application and desire from a forward who wants to help out his defence. I think, you know, any good team really, your striker should be the first line of that defence, and he's delivering.
We're into the final quarter of an hour. Long ball forward. Maybe now. An opportunity missed.
You get the feeling that whoever scores the next goal here will be the winners of this tie. They can't afford to waste chances like that, though. Well, there wasn't much of an appetite to close them down from that range then, but they're taking a bit of a risk because, you know, anybody is capable of a decent strike from there.
And that's been intercepted. Modric on his own. Alexander Merkel has it back now. Moving forwards. Could it be a chance? He has lunged in. Real Madrid have possession again. And suddenly the defence is on the back foot. He takes the opportunity to shoot.
Well, this is when your experienced players should come to the fore. They've got to help them keep it better than this.
Ball in, wins the ball. Real Madrid have scored, and with that, the comeback's complete. technically difficult, but what about the execution?
Look, you can end up looking a bit silly if you don't make the right connection on the volley, but he met that cross perfectly.
Real Madrid now up by a goal.
Yeah, there's such a consistency about his movement and his work rate that it's the platform for everything else he does, for all his attacking instincts, and he's just a very tidy goal scorer.
Out towards the byline. The chance was there, but the quality of the pass wasn't.
I thought it was good vision, but the execution was poor.
Oh, he's lost out there. And the whistle's gone, but it's for a foul. He'll be looking to square it here. Hits a ball in. Morata. Bale. No, that's not going anywhere. And that's come to nothing. Rafael Varane. An opportunity for Real Madrid. He desperately needs some support. Opportunity maybe for a shot here. Quickly closed down. Alexander Merkel. Possibility for a shot. And that could have been it.
Well, he's definitely kept the side in the game then. That's really good positioning. They could have doubled their lead there.
Nacho Fernandez has got hold of... Poor ball that's intercepted. It went out of play. Nacho Fernandez. Bale. Full-time whistle within sight.
They really need to start moving the ball forward with pace at this late stage of the game.
It's a really good try, but no goal. Morata. Moving forwards. Alexander Merkel thumps it long. And Park Chu-young. Lack of options wasn't an issue, but the lack of quality in the delivery certainly was. Modric. No one in the area. Now maybe shooting opportunity. Pumps it upfield. Sergio Ramos. Here's Park Chu-young. Challenge deemed unfair, foul given. The players crowding around to see for themselves just how bad things are. threatening through ball.
Yeah, the defence had him exactly where they wanted him there. Didn't even give him the space or the room to turn. And I think if they can keep him facing the other way, then his threat becomes much less an issue.
He can have a go from here. And he's going for it. A shot. Really good try, but no goal.
Well, for me, he had a very decent crack at it, but it has to be said that the odds on those from distance were never really that good, and you'd always favour the keeper in that instance.
Pumps it upfield. Pedera. Here's Modric. Morata has robbed him. And a shot here. Tremendous from Morata. Surely it's game over now. He'll be taking the match ball home.
Oh, this has been an immense contribution from one player. He's been just about unplayable. The irresistible force today.
Surely now this match is over as a contest. Opportunity maybe for a shot here. That certainly tested the keeper. One last chance, perhaps. And he launches it forward. Rafael Varane cuts out what was really a sloppy pass. The forward push gains momentum. Now a chance for Morata. Opportunity for a goal. Oh, yet another goal. They have a 3-goal advantage, and that should be enough. Well, what can you say about that goal?
Well, considering he has a bit of a shoot-on-sight policy, he was the one player that should have been picked up then. It was both careless and costly from where I'm sitting.
He's made it an incredible 4 in this game. They now enjoy a 3-goal lead. And he collects the long pass. Here's Morata. That wasn't the best of passes, really. There's the whistle. The game's finished. Real Madrid have got themselves a much-needed win, a result that should give them the momentum and the belief to carry them through the second leg and into the next round.
You know, it's a privilege to be part of a fabulous football match like that. That was a real roller coaster ride for the fans.